You already know, we're back in the car. I'm driving for work this time. I need to go to a property. It's about 20 minutes away. The rain is kind of driving some of the ice away. It's in the, I think, 40s and 50s, so that's helping a little bit with the thaw. Not near as dangerous as it was to drive before. The most dangerous thing is now you actually have people on the road, which they're probably more dangerous than the snow and ice where I live. So I was listening to some Frontier Psychiatry, banging some avalanches, the most anxiety-ridden song I think I've ever heard in my entire life. And I was like, you know, I can make a quick video, so I'm gonna just do some updating. Lots been going on with the TCG Player store, but also like nothing at the same time. A few orders have come in. I unfroze my inventory so I can because I can get there and actually get stuff out now. And I wanted to be able to do that. I did not want my inventory live and orders popping off while I was several day delay on being able to deliver to the post office. The post office wasn't even open for over a week here. I mean, you can go there and you can put the letters in the box, but the box was totally full and the mail wasn't running and no one was taking the letters. So it was pretty much at a standstill. I would drop them off in the one that did get emptied, the little standalone post office, like, you know, the blue boxes that you see, the mailboxes. And I that was one way I was able to keep things shipped that were coming in. But that's why I froze my inventory. It wasn't worth the juice wasn't worth the squeeze when it was particularly dangerous to drive. Now things are clearing up. I've unfroze the inventory. And big news, I am now level 4, have been for about a week, but unfortunately hit like the worst time imaginable because I wasn't really able to do anything with that level 4 status for this week. So I was trying to work on inventory. Here's the big gripe of the video. I tried doing the method that other people do. It just doesn't work for me. It does work, but it doesn't work for me. I have things from a lot of different sets, different games, Pokemon, Magic, you name it, even some Riftbound, but not all one set. So exporting the whole set list and then updating the inventory and then importing that is actually probably more time consuming than just manually inputting like you do pre-level 4 in the inventory tab per item, because I only have maybe 4 or 5 cards for each set, so it's just easier and faster to literally just manually put it in like it was before. So I tried the import the staged. I had one batch of, I think it was 64 cards. I got them from some bulk bins, some Pokemon bulk bins while I was there. Nothing major. A lot of it is kind of bulkish, but I had a minimum list price of 40 cents a card. And I had a couple cards that were worth a little bit more in the $3 and $4 or $5 range. I had those in a CSV as requested by our Lord TCG Player. From scanning them into their app, the TCG Player app, exporting as a CSV, putting the CSV, then you download that, put it, you open it. You convert to a table via Google Sheets. I know, I hate Excel. I hate the entire Microsoft suite. If I have to end up getting a subscription to it, I'm going to cry. But if I have to, I have to. But anyway, I got this to work once, is my story. I convert to a table, put minimum market price of 1 penny for each card, like you're supposed to do, or at least I've seen people do that. Upload it in TCG Player, but it only does 50 items at a time. So I didn't notice this. I didn't count the number of cards in that initial upload. So I had to go back and I was like, wait, I put the whole wad of cards into my uploaded in the TCG Player long box. It's like a 4-wide long box, like this one here. I got one in the car at all times for when I pick stuff up. So I've got it in that, and I realized a lot of that stuff is not even on the website for sale, and it would take me forever to notice it if I ever noticed it. Because as you add more and more inventory, the little things are going to get lost. You're going to end up having shit in that box that's not listed for sale at all, and that's just how it is. You may notice some of the higher dollar stuff, but some of that stuff's just going to get lost in the shuffle. And I can only imagine that problem compounding much, much, much worse as you get a larger inventory. So I tried to correct it. Had to manually upload those 14 items in the inventory tab, and I emailed TCG Player like, hey, why is it only doing 50 at a time? Well, then I bought my first micro collection yesterday. I went out. It was about $160 worth of cards. I told them they're so small value. I think the highest value card is $8 or $9. There's several that are $8 or $9, but the rest are so small value. It was 62 cards. I was like, I do $75 for everything. I think it's very fair because I'm going to get my ass torn up on shipping on these. because I mean, the stamp is 78 cents right now, and you need at least one, sometimes two, to ship an order. So on cards that are going to be listed for like 50 cents to $1 at most. So I was like, look, I'm going to lose, on this, but I'll do it for 75. I'll be lucky if I make 20 bucks on it. Again, I do TCG Player, it's not my primary source of income. It's not anything like that. I do it because it's a huge hobby of mine. I love sorting cards, making deals, meeting people. The thrill of the sale really gets me. I don't know why I Mamma Mia there for a second. So yeah, it's a hobby, but 20 bucks is that really worth? That's juice that's really not worth the squeeze. But I wanted to get one little micro collection under my belt and get it done. So I scanned all the cards in with conditions, everything like you're supposed to do. Did the exact same thing as I did with the other list. But now, when I uploaded it, all the cards were failures. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, sorry about that. Someone called me. So I don't even know if this will be in the video. I'll try to cut it out. But yeah, I did the exact same process, the exact same way, but everything failed. Well, 3 items didn't fail. For whatever reason, base set 2 was not a failure. Every other item was. And it only did 50 of the 62 again. So then I have to turn back and email TCG Player again, which they're a little bit slow to get back to you, even though they're increasing fees for better customer service. Like seller support and customer service was one of their specific things they quoted. I know we're not going to see like immediate turnaround on that, but it does need to be better for sure. The list I submitted was 62 items. It only attempted 50, failed 47, and it said that the TCG Player product ID was incorrect, but the product ID was generated from scanning them in the TCG Player app, manually scanning and adjusting each one for condition and all that. I did the prices, everything. So long story short, I've been buying all this shit. I have multiple collection deals in the works for hundreds more cards, possibly thousands, I think hundreds. Higher dollar cards, these are between like 2 and 20. One of the collections is higher end. I mean, there's 2 shining Tyrannitars. There's a lot of old Gengars, first edition and unlimited, holos, Sabrina's. It's a high dollar collection. At least for me, starting out, it's a higher end collection. It's going to be a couple grand worth of cards just for a small handful. So some may be gradable, I don't know. But anyway, all this is coming up. I have no way to really get the inventory out. I can do it manually the old school way, but it's such a pain in the dick to do it that way. I thought going to level 4 was going to get me out of that, but that has not been the case. Hopefully, TCG Player can respond in 24 to 48 hours so I can get out of this slow way of doing things and back on track to being able to upload these collections the way it's supposed to work, so I can continue to focus on buying cards and building inventory. My goal is to have an inventory of at least 4,000 cards by the end of the year. And right now I'm stuck at 500 because it's just not letting me upload more, and I don't have the time to do the manual inventory. I've been holding off a lot of inventory until I was able to get level 4 and do the mass uploads. But at 50 at a time, that's still a very slow process. Because then after you do the 50 at a time, keep in mind, you have to then go and manage all of your prices per item on that list. Now you can upload the list to the CSV with the market pricing as the chosen pricing, but I've heard some people say it doesn't work very well. So even that can be a little bit of a thorn or a roadblock, whatever you want to say. It's a thorn because it's a pain in your ass, and it's a roadblock because it stops you from doing what you want to do or have to do. So yeah, this is kind of a gripe video. I'm glad I got level 4. I'm pumped. I think it does open the door for a lot. I'm hitting the learning curve. I could be doing something wrong. I don't know. Only reason I don't think I am is I did it once before and it worked. Now, why it's 50, I have no idea. I don't know if that's a throttle. I don't know. Do I need to apply for Pro? Am I eligible for Pro? I have no clue. So the goal, I think, is to figure this problem out, upload more stuff. I will keep you up to date on the collections. Some of those have higher end cards, and anything higher end likely won't go on TCG Player because shipping will tear me up. Now, I may put them on eBay, auction them off. I have to make sure they're real. Some may get graded. I don't know how those are going to look. If it's a real Neo, Destiny, Shining Tyranitar in English, and he's got a Japanese one as well. I think maybe 2 in English. And they look good. I will grade them because they perform well in pretty much any grade above a 6. It's quite difficult to get a 6 on some of those older cards. I mean, it's easy because the older cards are usually fucked up. But I want, if they look like they can grade okay, I will. But the problem is they look too good. And this guy has them. I mean, if you're going to spend, what is that, a raw card? It's a $500 card. If you're going to buy 2 of those, or even if it's 1, I could be mistaken. Even if you're going to buy 1, he doesn't have a list or anything. No collector, nothing like that. He says he bought them with his kid, for his kid, and now his kid's like totally uninterested in Pokemon as he's hitting like the preteen era. So, you know, if everything does check out and they're real great, but you don't see them in this condition very often. If they are in this good a condition, I don't know why a guy that's willing to spend that much money and is in the hobby would not be willing to grade them himself. I mean, that's a huge price jump. Now, he explained to me what he does for work and the fact he has 2 kids. He is a busy guy. He does a lot of traveling. He does a lot of stuff that he's not like, he's like me. There's just too much shit, not enough day. And that's understandable. But, you know, I at least have the ability to work from home, which is great and helps me tackle some of this stuff in my spare time while the baby's asleep or whatever. But still, if the collection is real, it's a great collection. It's going to be an exciting pickup. I will kind of showcase it on here so you can see. The other collection's not really worth showing off. It's just some good stuff, good inventory filler that may move, may not move. I don't care. $75, whatever. It'll do its thing. And if I make $20-30 on it, I'll be happy. But there's some other collections that are more bulkish, between 2 and 20. But yeah, the big one's coming up. I would like to possibly showcase that one on the channel while the deal's going down, if he's okay with that. If not, that's fine too. Maybe a little bit. I wouldn't even consider that shady, honestly. Not everyone wants to be on a camera. They don't know why you're doing it, and they don't care about you or why you're doing it or your channel. I don't really care about my channel that much either. People want to watch it, great. If not, I don't care either. I like yapping. Man. It's a lot of stray dogs traveling together as a pack. There's 4. Oh, wee. Okay, that's a good neighborhood I'm going to. Hot diggity damn. So, yeah, I'm bullshitting. It's a terrible neighborhood. I don't really want to be here, but I got to do what I got to do. So, yeah, it's exciting prospects for the TCG side of things. My goal this year is to sell $5,000, not profit $5,000, sell $5,000. That lets you begin to write everything off on your taxes, all your purchases for your collections, and to list those become right off. And being able to deduct stuff like this is a huge tax benefit. I'm assuming everything's allowed. Again, I've checked this with my accountant, but not in great depth. I still need to get a little bit more detailed into that. But I mean, we're talking about a big, you know, that's a boon. People don't realize how big that deal that is. And if you're not used to paying your own taxes and doing all your own finances, you may not realize that either, but it's a huge deal. I'm at the property now. You can see by the excellent oh my God, wrought iron fence with the spikes on there. It's an excellent neighborhood. Even though that shit's really high. It's not a cheap fence. It's like a $20,000 to $30,000 fence plus. They're quite expensive. But I'm at my destination. That's all I want to talk about for now. I'm actually going to do another video for a different channel where I do real estate stuff about this house and sort of check it out and see what's going on here. But I'm not going to link that. Those are 2 different worlds. I don't really want colliding too much. But yeah, I think I'm excited to buy the collections. As soon as I figure the TCG Player stuff out and start really uploading stuff in mass, I am going to whore my store out a lot more because it's going to have some really quality stuff on there. Maybe not a ton of super playables for modern Pokemon, but Magic, I specialize in Commander stuff, Commander purchases, things like that. Everyone plays Commander. If you don't play Commander, what are you doing? You probably should. It's the best format in all of Magic, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that for now. It's the most playable because it's the most playable. You can go to any LGS on a Monday night or Thursday night or whatever, and they're going to have a Magic night, and you can just pick up and play with people, and everyone has a deck. I get that old school's probably more fun, but good luck finding somebody with a deck. Or the Legacy, you know, it's a lot of fun too, but you're never going to find someone with a deck. But anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I'm going to cut it off. I just wanted to do an update. I would say quick, but it's not. I am a little bit like Rudy when I say I'm going to end the video. I kind of keep talking for a while. But yeah, that actually is it. So just a quick question for you. Have you ever purchased a collection? There's no way anyone's made it this far in the video. If you ever purchased, what was the first collection you ever purchased? Was it big? Was it small? Was it sealed? Was it singles? Hell, was it just a few older packs from somebody? You cracked them or you didn't crack them, you keep them, and you still have them. I just want to hear a little bit more about it. I like to see what other people are up to.